In a candid conversation on Bloomberg Tech, CEO Lisa Su reveals how the company is accelerating its AI roadmap, challenging industry giants, and aiming for tens of billions in AI accelerator revenue. This is a rare look inside the strategy driving one of tech's fiercest battles. Lisa Su emphasized that AMD is currently in a strong position, with all business segments performing extremely well. The company had a particularly strong first half of the year, highlighted by 32% year-over-year growth in the second quarter. Looking ahead, AMD is guiding for 28% year-over-year growth in the third quarter. A major driver behind these results is the data center business, which is performing exceptionally well. AMD's server CPUs continue to gain market share in both cloud and enterprise markets. The surge in artificial intelligence investments from the largest hyperscalers is benefiting AMD's revenue streams across both GPUs and CPUs. Generative AI in particular requires massive computational resources, and AMD is positioned to supply that demand. In addition to strong data center performance, the PC and gaming segments are also showing strength. AMD's products are well positioned in both consumer and commercial markets, and the company is seeing a return to growth in the second half of the year. Over the past 90 days, AMD has observed many positive signals from the computing market, reflecting growing investment in computing capabilities. When pressed about AMD's projection that its AI accelerator business will grow to the tens of billions in revenue, Su offered more details. She stated that growth in the second half of the year will be primarily driven by accelerators within the data center segment. In June, AMD launched the MI355, which Su described as extremely competitive and well received by customers. This product is driving part of the growth in the latter half of the year. AMD expects third quarter growth to be primarily fueled by accelerator capabilities. Looking further ahead, Su reiterated her belief that the AI data center market will exceed $500 billion over the next few years, and AMD aims to capture a significant portion of that. The company has accelerated its product roadmap to meet this opportunity, committing to an annual release cadence. In 2026, AMD will launch the MI400 series, which Su described as a giant step in AI capability and a comprehensive solution for AI workloads. She added that customer validation has been strong, with many confirming that AMD is on the right path. A key area of interest for analysts and investors has been AMD's ability to sell AI chips to China in light of US export restrictions. Su acknowledged that predicting license approvals is challenging, but said there has been notable improvement in the past 90 days. 3 months earlier, AMD did not expect to be able to ship certain products to China due to regulations. However, Su noted that the current US administration and the Department of Commerce have been working to strike a balance between national security concerns and ensuring USA technologies are available globally. AMD now has several licenses under review and has received positive indications that these are progressing through the approval process. However, the company is not including potential China-related revenue in its Q3 forecast due to uncertainty about the exact timing. Even without China sales, AMD still projects 28% year-over-year growth in Q3. Su addressed the issue of inventory that built up due to the inability to sell certain products in China. AMD has about $800 million in affected inventory. She explained that once licenses are approved, AMD will restart the supply chain and ship those products. The timing will depend on license approval dates. Su stressed that this issue should not overshadow the fact that AMD's overall business remains very strong, with growth in data center, client, gaming, and embedded segments. When asked about the progress made by domestic Chinese chip makers in accelerators during this interim period, Su confirmed that AMD carefully monitors the competitive landscape. She acknowledged that AI computing is a highly competitive market, but she is confident in AMD's positioning. The company's AI roadmap is robust and continues to strengthen. supported by strong relationships with the US administration and customers worldwide. Su stated that AMD's strength in CPUs and servers is the result of both improved demand and market share gains. AMD holds leadership in server and client CPUs, with significant traction in both cloud and enterprise deployments. She expects enterprise customers to continue choosing AMD for best-in-class computing solutions, citing competitive products and strong customer partnerships. In gaming, Su reported that AMD is experiencing a very strong product cycle. She downplayed the role of pull-forward purchases, where customers buy ahead of potential tariffs or price hikes, saying that the impact is minimal. Instead, AMD focuses on sell-through to end customers, which has been healthy. The company is seeing data center refresh cycles, strong enterprise demand, and robust PC demand. From a gaming perspective, the strength is driven more by compelling products and customer adoption than by tariff-related effects. When asked if AMD could take market share from Nvidia in the second half of the year, Su expressed confidence in AMD's roadmap. She pointed to broad adoption of AMD solutions by customers and the company's bullish outlook for overall capabilities. Su was also asked how AMD plans to position itself as indispensable to companies like OpenAI, rather than just as a cost-effective alternative to Nvidia. She responded that AMD's strategy is to deliver on its promises, provide the best total cost of ownership, and be a dependable partner. She cited the MI350 as a significant leap in performance, with the MI400 series set to deliver another major jump. AMD's largest customers want a reliable partner with strong execution, and Su believes AMD is delivering exactly that. AMD sees computing becoming increasingly central to business and personal use cases, driving refresh cycles in data centers and continued demand for high-performance products in PCs and gaming. AI is no longer an experimental investment for the largest cloud providers. It has become mission-critical infrastructure that requires annual performance improvements, which is why AMD is accelerating its annual cadence of product launches. The move to an annual release schedule is a strategic decision aimed at keeping pace with the rapid evolution of AI workloads. AMD intends to offer continuous performance and capability upgrades, giving customers a reason to refresh infrastructure more frequently. This aggressive roadmap is also a key tool in competing with Nvidia, as it shows customers that AMD can deliver consistent innovation and meet their long-term AI infrastructure needs. AMD is targeting a large share of the projected $500 billion AI data center market by delivering a portfolio that covers both GPU accelerators and CPUs. The company's strategy is not just about performance, but also about total cost of ownership, reliability, and deep customer collaboration. In this respect, AMD is working to be seen not just as an alternative to Nvidia, but as a strategic partner in AI innovation. The China licensing situation remains a wild card, but AMD's ability to maintain strong growth projections without factoring in China-related revenue shows business resilience. If licenses are approved sooner than expected, it could provide additional upside to revenue in future quarters. In the meantime, AMD continues to expand relationships with non-China customers, ensuring that growth is broad-based and diversified. Su reiterated that AMD's overall competitiveness has never been stronger. In CPUs, GPUs, gaming, and embedded markets, AMD's products are winning customer validation. In AI specifically, AMD's product roadmap, customer traction, and execution history are positioning it as a major force in the market. This is true not only in the hyperscaler segment, but also in enterprise AI adoption, where performance, reliability, and long-term partnerships are critical. One of AMD's strategic advantages is its focus on deep, long-term customer relationships. Su explained that AMD's largest customers value dependability and execution as much as they value raw performance. Delivering on commitments and providing consistent value are central to AMD's growth strategy. If you enjoyed this breakdown of AMD's AI outlook and want to stay updated on the latest tech strategies shaping our future, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell.